I think people have classic cars all wrong. Everybody celebrates the classic car with the lowest miles, but I bought this thing for a completely different reason. I didn't dream about looking at it. I dreamed about driving it and enjoying it, so that's exactly what I've done. I've driven it to work, taken it golfing, run errands, filled it up more times than I'd like to admit, and found every excuse I could to take the long way home. Some days reminded me exactly why I wanted this car, and other days reminded me it's still a 40-year-old Porsche. But after living with it every day, I learned something I honestly wasn't expecting. This car totally changed my daily routine. All of a sudden, I was going and doing a bunch of crap that I never want to do, like running errands, just so I had another excuse to go and drive it. And honestly, that's exactly how week 1 went. I was looking for any excuse to get out, fire it up, and drive it around town. Week 2, it was still pretty awesome. I still was eager to get out there, eager to go and drive it and have fun with it. But honestly, by week 3, I started to notice the flaws. Like the AC blowing nice and warm. The headlights, well, they're not great. Windshield wipers are worthless. Believe it or not, the 30-year-old tires leak air. But every time I would hear this noise, I would seem to forget about all these little problems. And honestly, this car means so much more to me than any other car. And let me tell you why. Well, this is the car that I dreamed about owning since I was a little kid. Flipping through the magazine, looking at what they were selling for, and wondering if I'd ever be able to afford something like this. And honestly, I didn't think I could. Until a couple months ago, I got connected with a gentleman here in my local town named Charlie. And he had a 1985 Porsche 911, my dream car, a car that I had seen in town and dreamed about owning, and it had some mechanical issues. He mentioned that it had a bad engine and it needed a lot of repairs. So I went over there, I talked to him, I got to know him pretty good, and after about a month of going and visiting and kind of just getting to know him, we sat down over lunch one day, and I think I overpaid for a Porsche. Until I got it home, started tinkering on it, and after a few minor repairs, it fired up, and it's been running great ever since. I've been able to go over there, visit with him. I don't know if you've seen the plate, but it's got Charlie on the plate. This is his car. And honestly, it means way more to me now, and it's more than just a car, because I got a friend out of it. And I've been lucky enough to daily drive this thing for the last month. Now obviously, this thing is far from perfect, but after daily driving it for about a month, I think this thing did awesome. And I think it's a perfectly practical daily. Sure, it doesn't have AC, sure the windshield wipers suck, sure the headlights suck, but if you're just kind of cruising around town, like for me, my commute is pretty short. I don't have much of a commute at all. If I had a longer commute, it would never make sense. But I drive it right now. I drive it every other day between my FJ60 Land Cruiser and this thing. Those are the only 2 vehicles I've got. So I'd say it's pretty sweet. It did awesome. The fuel efficiency was okay. Obviously, it's not amazing, but I did just fine. I didn't feel like I was suffering at the pump. And I think it was just so much fun to cruise around town that much more in this rig, because it gets, it gets some attention and people want to look at it and people want to talk about it, which for someone like me, and probably like you, because you clicked on this video, you like cars and you like talking about cars. So having another opportunity to chat with like-minded people is always fun. And every once in a while, someone will be looking at it and want to check it out, and I say, hey, hop in, let's go for a ride. And honestly, I think that's what these cars are all about. And that's exactly what I've been doing, and that's exactly what I plan on doing. So I mean, if I were you and you had a bunch of money burning a hole in your pocket and more coming, go buy yourself a classic car and go have fun with it. Daily drive it, and if you hate it, get rid of it. But you'll never know unless you try it, right? I think somewhere along the way, we've convinced ourselves that these classic cars are meant to be preserved. You're not supposed to drive them. You're supposed to keep them in the garage. You're supposed to keep the miles off them. But I don't think that's why they were built. I think they were built to be driven and to make fun memories. Like taking a day trip into the mountains to play golf with my dad. Something that I probably wouldn't have done had I not had the car. I wanted to go for a drive, and I wanted to spend the day with him. So that meant having a fun trip up to Sun Valley. So, can a 40-year-old Porsche be a daily driver? Sure it can. Is it perfect? Definitely not. It's a 40-year-old car. You're going to run into problems. But after this last month, I've enjoyed it and I would do it again, especially because it's either this or my 40-year-old Land Cruiser. So either way, they're pretty old.